Welcome to Crazy Worms. Today we're going to be dealing with bin number 1. This is one of the original bins that I started with 1,000 worms from Uncle Jim's. And we'll get a few of these babies off of here. And we'll just fold it up. Lots of worms on the paper here. See if we can shake them off. That and a bunch of dirt. And whatever we don't shake off, we'll just go for a ride. Okay, we see our golf ball here is marking our last feeding zone. So we'll remove that. I lost so many golf balls yesterday playing golf, I may have to take my golf balls back and start using something else. Okay, let's dig into this. This was the feeding zone from last time. Let's dig into it and see what we can find. Well, right off the bat there, I see a banana. And it's just the skin. All the goodies are gone out of it. But still yet, they'll eat it. And let's see here. Looks like coffee filters. They just don't seem to do well for some reason or another. Oh, what is this? This looks like maybe a sweet potato or something. And there's a little piece of cellophane. I'll lay that out. I try to pick all that stuff off as I'm shredding paper, but sometimes the piece gets by me. I don't feed very deep, so the feeding zone's going to be pretty shallow here if there's anything left. And looks like about, whoops, there's that onion. It just keeps showing up, but it's getting smaller. But I can tell it's the onion because I can smell it. A little bit more paper. We'll use that paper back in our feeding zone when we go back. And here's quite a few worms here. Lots of little ones too. Lots of little ones. I'm going to do things a little bit differently today because this bin is going to be going to the raised bed garden area. And so I've got this may be the last feeding in it. And here, we've been holding off. I've been holding off because we've had some cold weather here on the mountain. And there's an old saying here on the mountain that you don't put anything out that you want to keep until Mother's Day. And it's still a little ways away. Okay, we're going to give it a little shake up here. And move everything back over to this side so we can aerate the other half of the bin. And this is, I don't know whether I mentioned this before, but this is bin number 1. I'm sure I did. Ooh, there's a nice worm there. Good one. And more. Okay, I'm going to do this feeding a little different from what I've done in the past. I'm going to put in some shredded cardboard. Some wet leaves and stuff. There we go. And then I'm going to put my food on, put a good covering of stuff on there. Okay. Level this back off. I'm going to put my feeding right against this wall because I'd like to have these worms move over here. So when I go to take out the, get ready to move it to the garden bed, I can pick out some worms because I want to have enough worms to restart the bin. And I don't have a lot of veggie scraps today, so I'm going to be kind of skimpy, but I got a lot of worm chow. There's some apple. Another piece of apple, I'll save that. Carrots. And I think that'll be it. I'm going to put a little bit more cardboard in there. And then I'm going to put some coffee in. I should do a better job of cleaning my coffee filters out, but I don't. They eventually get into the bin anyway. Okay, I'll let that be it for coffee. Now we'll put some worm chow in there. Some oyster shell for grit, and we will give that a light covering. Now, as I said before, the reason I'm doing that is this bin is going to get cycled out into the raised bed garden area, hopefully about Mother's Day if the weather holds. Today it's pretty nice. Yesterday it was miserable. It was cold, wind was blowing. I usually don't complain too much when I get the opportunity to play golf, but it was miserable yesterday. Anyway, here goes the black plastic down. And And that takes care of bin number 1.